What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video on the channel here today. We're back for something pretty different, it must be said. Our very first crack at European F1 League racing, so to speak. Now, quick explanation as to what this all is. We're here for EML, Esports Masters League, the Premier Series. Now, the way this works, there's a Premier Series and League 1. Or I guess you could say Division 1 and Division 2 if you wanted to kind of put it simply. So we are here obviously in Premier Series, as you can see there, for Leonis. So hopefully we can make the boys proud here today, but we've got some stiff competition: TTG, eSports, Mentalism, FRL, CPI, S2V especially. We're going to have to watch out for those two guys. I have seen them race and they are bloody rapid, so we're going to have to watch out, as there are a lot of quick drivers in here. Now, as you can see on screen, these are the teams standings after round 1 at Australia, which obviously I did not partake in. Currently sitting P6, which is okay. Hopefully we can definitely try and climb that leaderboard a little bit. Now, one thing worth mentioning, there is no drivers championship. This is all purely a teams championship series. So 10 esports teams come together, take 2 of their best drivers, and we basically go racing once every month, I think that's about right. And yeah, it's basically a case of may the best team win. So Australia, it went pretty well. I think I could be wrong, but I think our teammate actually ended up with a P3 at Australia. So started off the season relatively well. Obviously combined though, I don't think our the second driver had the best time, so we find ourselves down in P6 as shown in the standings there a few moments ago. But hopefully with a good race here, we might be able to boost us up the order a little bit. But now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm hyped for this, so let's get right into qualifying and see what we can do. Alright, so here we are in the garage here at Hanoi, qualifying for the Vietnam Grand Prix, round 2 of EML Premier Series. Now, coming into this, I wasn't really too sure where we would actually land in this field. I was really hoping for a top 5, to be honest. I wasn't too sure if I could get a podium, to be honest. It's a long time since I've actually genuinely thought like that, but I thought a podium may actually be out of reach, because obviously these are, you know, some of the quickest guys that well, have come from some of the quickest teams. So these guys are no slouches, definitely one step above where we have been over the last few months. Not putting any dirt or anything on the guys that we usually race. They are quick in their own right. But yeah, as I said, these guys are just one step above. And yeah, that's had me worried a little bit, not going to lie. I think pole position is probably going to be a mid to low 32, to be honest. Now, I did manage to crack a low 32 in a practice quali the night before this race, but I made a slight setup tweak afterwards, as the car was ugly in the race, particularly at the start, and I didn't want that, so made a little change to make it a bit better in the race. It does cost us a little bit of performance in qualifying. As you can see, our first lap there, only a 33.2, nothing special. Puts us currently in P8, which is okay, but we can definitely do quite a lot better. On our second run of the session now, and as you can see, pretty decent. We've mucked up this final sector a little bit, and we mark up the penultimate corner there massively, kind of put off by that car starting his hot lap, so they kind of screwed me around a little bit there, but we still crossed the line for a 132.8, which was pretty decent. But here we are for our final run of the session. We're currently P4, so I will shut up now, let you guys enjoy this lap, and this is our fastest lap for qualifying here at Vietnam.
Just 30 seconds left in the session.
Alright, so there we go guys, that was our fastest lap, 132.612, and that puts us on the front row here at Hanoi. Our very first race here in this series, and we have gone and parked it on the front row. Slayer takes pole position, however, the Italian, very nice lap there, 32.4, that's insane. I'm watching the stream back, he actually hit the wall at the final corner and the penultimate corner as well. So there probably would have been a 32.2 in that, or something crazy like that. But anyway, so TTG takes pole position here at Hanoi. Leonis lines up alongside with yours truly behind the wheel. As you can see, we've got S2V and Mentalism right behind us. So this is going to be very interesting indeed. Not going to lie, I was actually very nervous, to the point where I was actually starting to feel a bit crook in the guts. So the nerves were worse than they have been in a long time, but I was still confident we could do this. We could try and take the fight to these guys, and well, hopefully we can. But on the grid for the race now, as you can see, 2-stop was recommended, but, and this is one thing that I will say does pay off later on, I knew for a fact from previous league races, while yes, it is very sketchy, you can make a 1-stop work, soft to mediums, but you have to at least get to lap 8. If you pit any sooner, even I am 99% sure you're not going to make it.
So let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature.
Thanks for interrupting, Jeff, as always. Really appreciate it. You always butt in just at the wrong time. But yeah, as I was saying guys, 1-stop soft to medium is possible, but it is very sketchy. You do have to have a car which is good on its tyres, and more importantly, you have to be good on your tyres as well. It really does take quite a lot to make them last, but if you play your cards right, a 1-stop will work. So that is what I'm going to go for. I'm not too sure what everybody else around me is going to do. From what I know, soft to hard does seem like a strategy which is used quite often, so I would actually expect quite a few people to adopt that strategy. So we may struggle here in the first part of the race, as the pace on softs at the start has never really been too good for whatever reason, but when we get a new set of boots on, that's when we come alive. So all we've got to do is just try and maintain track position, and the race should come to us.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Alright, so here we go guys, on the grid, awaiting 5 red lights to get our very first European F1 League race underway here at Hanoi. Waiting for the last few people to ready up, and here we go, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go here at Hanoi. It looks like the reaction time was very good, but just as we go up through the gears, Slayer a little bit better traction, gets ahead down into turn 1. Oscar on our outside as well in the S2V car. We get a bit of a slide on the exit, and that allows Oscar to get up our inside into P2. So we've dropped a position, but that's okay, we're still P3. Louis behind us as well, one of the Mentalism cars, so we've got to keep an eye on him as well. Make sure we don't leave any room for a potential dive. Yellow flags in the background, not too sure what's happened there. Slayer with a big lockup as we come into the roundabout, and we have a virtual safety car already.
Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta.
Okay, so less than half a lap into the Vietnam Grand Prix. The virtual safety car has made an appearance, but it disappeared quite quickly. As you can see now, just after the long back straight, we're back to green flag running. Not too sure what that was for. Might have been for debris, as there were no actual retirements. So, yeah, anyway, not too sure. But anyway, yeah, we're back racing again. On the hunt now against Oscar Marino, seeing if we can try and line this fella up for a move through the final corner. But the understeer in the dirty air really affected us through there. Kind of caught me out a little bit, a lot worse than what I expected. But anyway, on to lap 3 now, and we're starting to struggle a little bit here. I'm not too sure what was going on, to be honest. The car was just, I didn't like the way it was behaving at all. It was really touchy in the first sector there. If you just run a little bit wide, it would just understeer. You could not get it back, and then trying to get the power down was just almost impossible. And as you can see, as a result of a bad run through the first couple of corners, we are now actually out of DRS of Slayer and Oscar. So that's going to leave us open to attack from the Mentalism car of Louis here down the back straight. We're in reach and overtake, but I realised there was no real way we could defend. So we don't try to make things hard. We just let Louis go through there. And now the main aim was really just to try and make sure we stick within his DRS. As I could see the two leaders looking like they were getting a little bit animated. Oscar wanting to get a little bit of a wriggle on, and he has actually taken the lead here come the end of lap 4. I think he did get that done down the end of the back straight, as he sets the fastest lap of the race, 37.5. We almost do a new PB, 38.0, so our pace isn't too bad. We're still sticking with these guys. On to lap 5, and Oscar has almost got out of DRS range to Slayer behind, and I think Louis, as you can see here, might want to get a bit of a wriggle on. But the funny thing is, so do I. But again, we're just in this DRS train, and this is just becoming a common thread at Vietnam. But on to lap 6 now, Slayer and Oscar going side by side for the lead. We try and have a look at Louis for P3 down into the hairpin, but didn't quite work there. I could have gone for a dive, to be honest, but I didn't think it was worth it. I didn't want to cost us both DRS or anything like that. And yeah, probably just would have worked out really badly. So yeah, decided against that. But to the end of lap 7, Slayer comes into the pits, and I think the second of the S2V cars in Hopper follows him in. Now, Hopper is the one we've got to keep an eye on, because he's two-stopping, but he has put on the mediums. So it's yeah, that's interesting. So we got to keep an eye out on where we re-emerge compared to him. But on to the next lap, all three of us respond to Slayer's stop the lap before. So Oscar is in, so is Louis, so are we. Hopefully we can get a good stop from the Leonis boys here. Maybe we could try and jump one of these two. We are in for a set of medium tyres. Come on boys, nice and quick, turn around. 2.6 seconds. Do we get out ahead? Not quite. That was very close. And equally as close there between Oscar and Louis. Oscar actually got released into the path of the Mentalism car there. But of course the way this game works just makes Louis stop basically in the middle of the pit lane. So Oscar gets out ahead, and there is Hopper on the mediums. So he has split Louis and Oscar. Now that is great news as far as Oscar is concerned, but not good news for us, because effectively Hopper is the one we're racing, or that's what I thought at this moment in time anyway. But yeah, you'll soon see what that means a bit later on. But on the back straight on lap 9, we're trying to make a move on Louis here, down into the hairpin, very late on the brakes. Louis a bit too late on the brakes there, runs into the back of Oscar Marino. Luckily no damage I think to either car, and we get through there ahead of the Mentalism car now, back up to P8. I think effectively that was P4, as yeah, obviously Hopper and Slayer just up the road there. But on to the next lap, in the very same spot, we make a move on Oscar Marino. That's up to P7 now, nicely done. Didn't make that too hard for us, obviously knows that we're on a softer tyre and we're trying to hunt down Hopper, so there's no real point trying to fight that and just lose time to both of us. On to the next lap, low I should say. Sorry guys, English is real hard, you know. But anyway, on to the back straight now. Slayer trying to line up a move on FRL Ginger. Now Ginger hasn't stopped yet, he started on those mediums. Slayer has obviously pitted for a set of hard tyres. We're going to try and follow through there, very close to making contact, but no way through for us there. So we've just got to hold station for a little while longer, and this is really not what we need. We don't need to be following a slower car through here. We don't need to lose DRS to the guys ahead, but fortunately for us, Ginger makes a mistake through there, and we go right around the outside. What a move there. And that is up to P4, effective P3, I think, as I think it's CPI Connor, who was actually yet to stop. He is actually lagged out of the session, and we have another virtual safety car. Goodness knows what this one was for. Probably for debris again, just like the first one. That'd be my guess anyway. But no sooner had the VSC come out, just like the first time, it disappeared again rather quickly. So we're back to green flag racing. Hawper in the lead, Slayer there in second, still has DRS, and or actually does he? Yeah, he does, just. So that is just about saving him for the moment. But on to lap 13 here. This is, oh no, we're still not close enough. I was about to say I think we're a little bit closer and could maybe have a dive here, but no, we're not. But Slayer, he is not too far behind Hawper, and actually, what am I on about? The gap's like 8/10. Okay, so that doesn't quite work. But down into the hairpin, Slayer so goes a little bit deep there, excuse me, and maybe just starting to feel the pressure a little bit here. Maybe the car not handling so well on those hard tyres, but here we go now on lap 14. We're finally close enough to try and make a move. Slayer still has the DRS off Hawper, but we have DRS on Slayer down the outside into the hairpin. We go very late, lock up on the left front, but we just about get it stopped and turned in, and we make the move. That is up to P2 now. And guys, I can't believe this, but now we're on the back of Hawper. We're trying to make a move for the lead here. The exact same to what we did to Slayer, but Hawper probably a bit wiser there, and obviously knows that we are actually racing him, so not exactly just going to let us cruise by, and well, wouldn't really expect him to. Well, let's be honest, you know, we're all trying to represent our teams here, so we're going to go at it. And anyway, on to the end of lap 16 now. We've been able to build a gap of about 3.5 seconds to the guys behind, and we're still just about within DRS range of Hawper. As you can see on to lap 17 now. Are we going to try and have a go again? I'm not too sure. I thought about going left there, but at the last minute I saw that gap was closing, so we actually run into the back of him a little bit there, and that really stalled our momentum. We definitely should have gotten past there, but unfortunately didn't quite pan out for us. So yeah, we've got to try and rethink that again. But as we come to the end of this lap, Hawper dives into the pits. So he's only done about, what, 10, 11 laps on those mediums or something? So he's committed to the two-stop. So at this point, one thing I didn't actually know at the time, but Slayer actually had front wing damage as well. Now Hawper, yes, he has pitted for a new set of softs, but he's like 15, 16 seconds back. So 10 laps to go. We lead the race by 4.3 seconds. Can we somehow bring this home? 20 laps on mediums. This is going to be sketchy, but we'll try. And obviously this would be Leonis' first win in the Premier Series. Our first win on our very first outing as well. Couldn't think of a way to make a name for ourselves any better, really. But obviously we can't relax or start to think about that, as Hawper is really coming back at us now. He's already back up to P4. He's right there with Louis now, as I think he's, or has he made the move for P3? I think he has now. So he will set off after Slayer, probably get him here on the back straight, let's be honest. New softs against old hards, that's not really a competition at all. But anyway, on to lap 24 now. This is when things really started to get interesting. Slayer has now been overtaken by Hawper, so he is now set to chase off after us. 4 laps to go.
To the car behind is 6.5 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 38.4. They have a time penalty of 3.0. 3 seconds will be added to their time at the end of the race.
Okay, so some crucial information there. Hawper actually has a 3-second time penalty. Now, we don't even have a warning, so we effectively could afford to abuse the track limits in certain areas here on this final lap, but of course I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take the risks because we're on absolutely dead medium tyres, Hawper is on fresh chops, but he does have that 3-second penalty, obviously. But here we go onto the final lap. He's just outside DRS range, but guarantee that won't last very long. Through turn 1 now, just trying to make sure we keep this thing nice and straight. Don't make any contact with the walls. There is actually our first warning of the entire race. So to do 27 laps around Vietnam without a single warning, that's pretty impressive. Quick glimpse at the tyre wear there. It is not looking good. Hopefully we can make it back around. But anyway, through the roundabout for the final time now. Hawper only 4/10ths back. This S2V car is absolutely rapid here at the end of this Vietnam Grand Prix. As we come onto the back straight, he's about 4/10ths back. We put it up into rich and overtake. Really not going to do us any favours though. As I said, Hawper, he's probably got plenty of ERS and fuel. New soft tyres as well, obviously, or newer compared to what ours are. But he takes the lead down into the hairpin. We don't try and fight that too hard, but he goes deep, almost throws it off the road there, almost into the wall. Gets very loose on the exit. This man is moving, he's trying everything. He does obviously have that 3-second time penalty, so unless somehow he can find 2.5 seconds in like 6 or 7 corners, we will win here at Vietnam. It's going to take a mammoth mistake from us, but that is not going to happen. Through 21, 22, 23 coming up, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but in our very first European League race, we are going to come around Leonis' first race win and our first race win. We win here at Vietnam. Get in, boys. Yes! Alright, so there we go guys, that has been eSports Masters Premier Series, our very first race, and we have only gone and won the damn thing. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like and subscribe to see plenty more cracking races like this in the future. But until the next video, stream, whatever may come next, hope you're well, look after yourselves, and I will see you all next time.